Unit 7 learning target number 11. Use unit cubes to find the volume of a rectangular prism. Here we have our rectangular prism here. You can see it right there. We've got a rectangular prism. He's got a rectangle on the front, rectangle on the side, and a rectangle on the top. A rectangular prism. Now we want to find the volume of this shape. Now volume is different from area or surface area. You remember that area was just the total space taken up by one of the sides. And surface area was the total of all the areas of all the sides taken up by a 3D object. So area is for a two-dimensional object. Surface area is for a three-dimensional object. Volume is the amount of space filled by this object. If you were to think of this rectangular prism as being hollow and you could pour water into it, then volume would be how much that shape can hold on the inside. That is volume, and we can calculate that pretty easily. You probably learned this in previous grades, but let's think about it for just a second. If I could maybe hollow this guy out, right? We talked about that. We're going to hollow this guy out. I could fill it up with water, and that would give me the volume. But I need a way to measure that. So what they thought about was, well, what if we split this entire thing up into little 1 by 1 by 1 cubes, right? So 1 centimeter on, so this little cube here, if you can think about it, the one I just highlighted there, this cube is three-dimensional, right? And it's going to be 1 centimeter here, and 1 centimeter here, and 1 centimeter here. That's going to give me a cubic centimeter, or a centimeter cubed. So these little guys, we're going to fill it up. We're going to drop these little boxes in. We're going to take one and put it in there, and then take another one and put it in there, all the way until we fill it up. How many would I get? That's the question. If we can find that, then we can find volume. So how many small blocks will fit into this rectangular prism? Fortunately, it's been broken up. We can count them. We got 1, 2, 3 along this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So both of these sides will have 15, right? And then, if I was to count up the number of blocks, I would kind of remember that there are 4 rows, right? We got 1 row here, 1 row here, 1 row here, and 1 row here. If there are 15 cubes right here, and we multiply that by 4, because we have 4 rows of them, and 15 times 4 gives us 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2, 4 times 1 is 4, add the 2 to it, you get 60. We wind up with 60 centimeter cubed blocks. We get 60 of these little blocks right here if we fill that up. If each block is 1 centimeter cubed, why do we measure the volume in units cubed to the 3rd power? Why do we do that? Well, because we've got one side here, and one side here, and one side here. That's 3 of them. We're multiplying them together by 3. Everything we learn makes our life very easier just now, because we now know that we can count these guys as unit blocks, right? So we have this guy, he's a cubed unit. So we can add the number of cubed units, and that will give us the volume. So let's find our volume. How many cubed units will it take to fill up this shape? Well, we have 3 across the top, 1, 2, 3, and then we have 3 more here and 3 more here. So a total of 3 by 3, which is 9. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. That's going to be 9, and we'll just say units cubed, right? Not squared. I almost put squared there. It's 9 units cubed. What about number 2? Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 there. And we also know that there's a row and a column of these. There's 5 of them this way. So we'll get 5 times 5 to get this group here. 5 times 5 is equal to 25 units squared. Now, remember, if this was deeper, if there were more columns, we'd have a little bit more multiplication to do, like number 3. So let's calculate the area of number 3. We take 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of this. There are 5 rows of 4, so 5 times 4 is equal to 20. And that is the number of blocks in this top one right here. Now, if we want to find out the total number of blocks in this entire shape, then we need to recognize that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of these. So we then have to multiply 20 by 4, and that's going to give us 80 units squared. So there are 80 units in this shape here, and you can count them for yourself if you want to. Last one, let's do the same thing. We have 6 of these guys on the top, so 6 of these, and that means that that's this whole row right here. So we're going to say that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. 5 times 6 is going to give us 30. So 2 times 3, that gives us the top. 2 times 3 is 6. Then we multiply this 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is equal to 30. So we have 30 units squared.